Okay, it is 10 o'clock and we will call the order. Woo, y'all are rowdy today. We will call the order. The September 2022 Houston County Commission Administrative Meeting. Glad you all could be here today. Good to see all of your smiling faces. Been a little bit since we had a meeting, I think 3 weeks, and glad you all could be here. Couple of announcements. I want all of you to remember Sunday, the day of remembrance. It's not a holiday or anything, but 9/11 will always live long in our hearts and minds. And one of the days everybody remembers where they were when the tragic events of 9/11 occurred. And so just ask you to pause on Sunday and think about all those we lost and the events of 9/11 Sunday.
I knew this was coming.
I also want to
Predict it.
recognize or mention the fact that we have a new registrar in our building. Wanted to congratulate Ms. Dorothy Robbins, who was sworn in as new registrar on this floor over there. She'll be serving at least for a while until all those appointments come up next year, but congratulate her. Any other announcements from the commission? Right into the agenda. The first item on the agenda is a request to award the 2022-2023 ACCA joint bid program for both cement, concrete pipe, corrugated metal pipe, herbicides, and road signs. As you all know, every year we are the awarding authority for the state in the ACCA joint bid program. They used to do it all at one time, but they spread it out now over various different awards. And these particular items are being, we're being asked to award at this time. Have you looked at this part? You know, the pipe increases, or I know we've talked several times about the amount of increase in our cost on pipe. Is this?
I know when we order pipe, we look at all these bids, see if we can get a cheaper here. Now,
Yeah, I just
I've not
wondered
looked at this one here, no, not
I
yet.
just wondered if this one had gone up as much as
I can't answer that.
what I always have, but yeah.
Traditionally,
300% increase anywhere we can find to get them cheaper, obviously. we want to.
traditionally, our costs that we get on our bids are cheaper than this. So, I mean, very few things are not, so. But I don't know. I haven't
Like I said, with big increase we've had in pipe, I just wondered if the bulk purchase. Maybe. So I know you'll analyze it. I just wondered if you had a chance to look at it. All right, any questions about this or any objections to adding this to the agenda? All right, item number 2 is a request from the Personnel Board to concur in the 2023 county holiday schedule. Sherry is here. If you have any questions, you have that schedule in your packet. Pretty normal and customary. We take all the state holidays for reasons we've discussed many times. The only issues in this one were that New Year's Day is on a Sunday, so that'll be observed on a Monday. And I think one other one that I noticed. Oh, Veterans Day is on a Saturday in 2023, so that'll be observed on a Thursday or Friday, depending on what kind of employee you are. Right? Any questions for regarding or comments regarding this, or questions for Sherry? All right, any objections to putting this on the agenda? Okay. Item number 3 is a request to reappoint Spencer Bienvenu to the Houston County Water Authority. As you know, the Water Authority has 5 members. Each of us have an appointment. Spencer was appointed, I can't remember how long ago, to fill a resignation, so this would be for a full term. I guess I should ask if you're okay with this appointment, since you're going to be chairman during this term, so no objections. Okay. All right, any objections to adding that to the agenda? All right, item 4 is request to approve resolution authorizing the operation of medical cannabis dispensing sites within unincorporated areas of Houston County. Matt is here to answer any questions. As you all know, the state of Alabama, and not to steal Matt's thunder, passed the medicinal cannabis law. What is happening across the state is counties and cities are adopting these resolutions so that dispensing sites can operate as necessary, strictly from a perspective of doctors prescribing the medicinal cannabis. But I think the city will address this on Tuesday within the city of Dothan, and other municipalities are. But Matt, you want to make some comments?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman and Commission. And yes, we've been getting contacted by interested parties that wanted to know the policy position of the county and the city concerning dispensaries, which again are highly secured areas where only registered patients, caregivers, physicians, and workers can provide medical cannabis. And again, medical cannabis in Alabama usually is only in 8 forms: tablets, capsules, gels, suppositories, patches, nebulizers, liquids. So highly regulated, 24/7 security. One of the requirements with these dispensaries is also a security guard at all times, at least one during operational hours. Very exclusive parking for wherever they locate these facilities, fenced in areas, entry barrier type doors and all that stuff. But we've had questions on that, and again, this would be a taxable transaction for cannabis sales. So there's a revenue stream for the cities and counties that allow that to take place. Also, an excise tax is in there. And you know, the projection right now is, under the current law, there's a potential to see 37 dispensaries awarded throughout the state. Not sure they're all going to happen all at once, obviously, but the studies indicate probably within a 3-year period, the medical cannabis will impact the Alabama GDP by about $600 million. So it is something that is out there, again, highly regulated, secured, and they're interested in markets. I believe, obviously, the metro markets, which we are probably going to be attractive because of the population densities that we have here, and obviously the medical related industry that we have here. So trying to get a policy direction to tell interested parties where we're going to stand on that.
Right. Yeah, this is obviously something new in our state, and the legislation that was passed last year is very restrictive. Pretty sure Commissioner Perry has looked into it pretty deep, and much more restrictive than a lot of states, I think. And but it is also semi-complicated. I mean, the licensing, I think, application period for licensing opened up September 1st, but you know, there's the dispensaries, which we are talking about here. There's you know, other types of operations, and then all the way up to the integrated facilities, which is, you know, does everything. There are only 5 of them. So pretty complicated and very, like you said, very regulated, securitized. That's not a word, but I made it up anyway. Yeah, this is just a step in the process. This is not approving any facility or any operation. This is just basically going on record, as the city has discussed, and other cities and counties to meet the requirements. Any questions from that or discussion about this from anyone?
Questions?
Yes, sir.
Comments? Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm not what I would consider to be a cannabis expert, but I have looked at this law a little bit. And, one of the things I like about it, I do think Alabama's doing this the right way. I think there are a lot of people that can benefit from medical cannabis treatment. But what I like about this law is that both the physician and the patient must reside in Alabama, so you can't have someone, for example, the city of Dothan that goes online to a telemedicine physician out of California to get a prescription for medical marijuana, and they get their car and they take the dispensary and they get medical marijuana. The law specifically states that a physician can only prescribe cannabis to treat, and you quote here, qualifying medical conditions for which he or she possesses education, training, experience, and specialty training to evaluate, diagnose, and treat in his or her usual medical practice. So, for example, you have Crohn's disease, which is eligible for medical marijuana treatment. You can't go to a neurologist prescription for Crohn's disease. You got to go to someone that actually specializes in treating Crohn's disease. So, with that, the way the law is written, especially given the fact that Houston County is a regional leader in medicine, and major hospitals, probably hundreds of doctors' offices, clinics, I'm certainly in favor of this law.
Commissioner, I was going to add too, there's a research component that's obviously in line with some of the movements that we're seeing with Hudson Alpha's presence. In the bill, they designate Southern Research Institute and Hudson Alpha as getting the research and development dollars to continue to research that product and look at different ways to do all that stuff they do with DNA and all that stuff, extraction. So I think it creates some more opportunities, and certainly with their future presence in the Wiregrass area as well. So kind of complements a lot of things that are in action right now.
Right. Other comments? Yes, sir.
You think eventually we'll have reciprocating counties and states involved in that medical cannabis? I don't see how you would stop it, later on.
Well, I mean, I know the focus in Alabama was the medical aspects of this and the research and legislation. I think as already indicated, I mean, Alabama's late to the game, but they're benefiting from all the mistakes these other states have had. In the bill specifically, no recreation, even if the Fed makes a move, and I know there's been talk, this state would have to allow that to happen. I don't see that ever happening. I think the medical purposes that this provides based on the research and data will probably be it and only it in the state. And so, cross state lines right now, you can't do it. So
We're very fortunate. As you know, there's a cannabis commission. What's the official name of it?
Alabama Cannabis Commission.
Alabama Cannabis Commission is set up by the law that they passed. Look at the members for that. They're doctors, engineers, lawyers, and all kind of, it's a really good commission. The chairman of that commission is Dr. Steve Stokes, who's an oncologist right here in Dothan. So I think we're very fortunate to have his knowledge and leadership in this effort, and certainly knows the benefit of this being prescribed in the proper manner. And I think that whole commission has done a good job of controlling, securing, like I said, and making sure this is done right. And I think both commissioners are correct. You take what has not been done right in other areas, yeah, we are behind in implementing this, but it's a very restrictive law that they passed. I think we're gonna. Other comments?
I do.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Parker. Once the commission approves this dispensing side in this unincorporated area, and that's what we're voting on. The Alabama Medical Cannabis Commission be an oversight of such as audits or how that, I don't want to get into the weeds of all this. I mean, that's not our thing.
Right.
But the 24-hour security would be by another vendor or security company, right? I mean, that.
Yeah, I mean, the 24/7 surveillance, they have to provide footage 60 days back. Again, for operational hours security, on-site security guard with that during the hours of operation. The quantity control measures for the patients and all that, that's monitored. They have to provide those documents and those disbursements and those filings to the Cannabis Commission. They get audited. The people, there's requirements for the operation to even work there. They have to have a biochemistry background, 2 years at least, educational, specialized training to handle that. You can't get in the door unless you're registered, and everybody is documented on who comes in those doors. You know, when you look at potential locations and facilities, and or if you had to build a new facility, I mean, the regs, I'm just finding a place to put one on an existing building. I mean, it's pretty restrictive. I mean, you might end up seeing a lot of new construction for those just to meet the requirements, because that'll be pretty tough. So, but yeah, there's a lot of that, and, you know.
That's what I was asking, the Alabama Medical Cannabis Commission would actually be overseeing that facility, or what they call a dispensing facility. And then it would be a review and audit of the operation of that facility.
Yes.
And then we wouldn't have. Okay. That's it. Thank you, Mr. Paul.
Question? Any other questions for Mr. Parker? All right, any other comments? Yes, sir, come forward.
Commissioner, my name is George Trotter, reside at 4218 County Road 203, Dothan, Alabama, 36301. I couldn't hear everything Mr. Parker was saying, and I couldn't hear everything y'all saying, which is normal. You know, we got PA system in here, you keep them turned down, where people that have a little hearing impairment like I do can't hear. Okay, so anyway, my question is this, and I think Mr. Seafield tried to get this question answered, but and maybe it was, I couldn't hear it. I wanted to answer. At any point in time, is it going to cost the taxpayers of Houston County money to monitor and to police or force or see that this resolution that you're proposing to pass, if it passes, are we going to be burdened with any taxes, any expenses to manage this from this point forward?
Actually, it will create revenue for the county.
I understand, and that's the only reason I'm sure y'all doing this is to create revenue, okay? And that's great. I'm glad to see y'all try to create revenue. I'd love to see it coming from true commerce and industry, which it hasn't in the last 27 years I've been here. But anyway, my point is this, and please answer the question. Is it going to cost us, or the county, Houston County Commission, going to be involved in any kind of cost relative to monitoring this proposal? Thank you.
According to the law, it's monitored by the Cannabis Commission.
And there's no future intentions of the Houston County stepping in and,
If they change the law.
in other words, are we going to hire any more Houston County employees? That's what the public out here wants to know.
No.
Thank you.
The public wants to know that.
Yes.
No, we're not going to hire any. Any other questions? Not for that. Any other questions? Any objections to adding that to the agenda? All right. Item number 5 is a request to approve additional crew enhanced services and monthly fee increase for sanitation customers effective November 1st. We have been, the commissioners have been receiving for years, I guess, calls about debris on the road and how long debris has been roads and how long the debris has been out there, unsightliness. So we have looked at that, and the commission has decided that we want to address that. We want our county to not be unsightly. We want it to be, you know, we want it to look like a county our citizens can be proud of. So in this budget, we're hopefully getting ready to approve momentarily. There's an additional crew in sanitation that will address some of the debris that is out in the county. We also want to provide some enhanced services to our sanitation customers. We're working on exactly what those enhanced services will be. We'll come back before November with some policy changes for the commission to vote on. That, along with significant increase in costs that I'm going to call on Mr. Kirkland to talk about in a minute. Those things together, we are going to increase, our request is to increase the sanitation costs. This will be effective November 1st. Those additional revenues are in the budget that you'll be addressing next. we just think it's been a while since any of that's happened, but primarily two things. One is the cost of things, but secondly, we just think we've got to enhance what's going on out there and enhance the services for our customers. And now's the time to do it. So Barkley, I want to call on you, any comments you want to make regarding that?
Yes, sir. We went back to 2014 and looked at customers and garbage costs, and truck costs.
Speak into that microphone.
Amen. Thank you.
Because that's the last time, that's when we went to the one-armed bandits and the garbage can. And since, 2014, we've added 2,928 new customers. Tipping fees have went up $320,000 a year. Tipping fees at the dump. Truck cost has went up $220,000 a piece since 2014. We reduced our employees by 10 when we went to the bandits back in 14. So, you know, diesel fuel's up. Of course, I know it's creeping back down, but it's still up. And everything just costs more. And we don't have the people to get to these things in as timely a manner as what everybody wants. So we need to add another truck and a driver to speed this process up. I'll say this, no other county I know or any other rural garbage association that I know of provides knuckle boom service. Houston County is the only one that does it out in the county. So this is a service, and I think we're priced even at $20 as cheaper than most that don't even provide that service. So, you know, we need this to go forward and make it better.
In addition, in this budget, we've got $300,000 or $400,000 piece of equipment to help with these enhanced services of this group. In addition to that, in order to keep people to be able to pick up the sanitation, we've had to, well, Sherry left, that we've had to increase the compensation for those people, and we're getting ready to do approve this budget, the pay study. So, you know, it's just the right time, and we don't want to. We're going to ask our citizens to pay more, then we need to give them more. And I think we're doing that in this. But there's also cost to consider. So that's the request. Any comments from the commission?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
talk about how this is an enterprise fund. May have mentioned that.
Please speak in the mic, Brandon, please.
This sanitation fund is an enterprise fund, which means that the funds generated, you know, we can't take sanitation fees that are paid and go buy, pay probate staff or go buy deputies' cars or whatever. It has to stay within sanitation by state law. So, you know, we're not doing this to supplement some other part of the budget. This is strictly for sanitation and to provide sanitation and debris services for the county and for our citizens. And those funds stay within there, within that arena, if you will. So yeah, thanks for mentioning that. Yes, sir.
May I approach?
Absolutely.
Mr. Chairman, if you maybe could tell us, we're referring to all pickup garbage, household garbage as well as debris, correct?
Right.
Okay. How many knuckle boom trucks do we have in Houston County currently? 3. How often are these trucks out throughout the county picking up debris?
Daily.
I and a lot of other citizens in this county don't see these trucks hardly at all out at any time. And
They're out.
debris everywhere.
That's right. That's exactly why we're doing this. Thank you for pointing that out.
Okay, so we have enough trucks, it seems like, right? Maybe?
No,
We just don't have personnel.
no, we don't have enough trucks either. We're adding a truck and a driver.
That's what we're doing.
Y'all two don't need to have a conversation.
Yeah.
You need to address it.
Mr. Chairman, just to let you know that there's gonna be a lot of questions asked about this as to why we see so much debris still out on the side of our road that's been there for months. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. And we have 3 trucks across the county, and we're there, like myself, I'm all over this county every week, all over. And I hardly ever see a boom truck picking up trash on the side of the road. I can drive by 52 over here and look at our Walmart parking lot where our road and bridge is and see a lot of equipment and a lot of vehicles in that parking lot. So it concerns us as to why we're having another tax, you might say, put on us, fee put on us, and getting the type of service that we've been getting. And here we are hiring more people. We're hearing that right now.
Well, you're absolutely correct. We are not getting y'all picked up like we need to. You're absolutely incorrect in the fact that the knuckle booms are out there working daily. And we feel very strongly that we need to do a better job in picking up the debris. You and I would agree on that. And this is part of that. We want to not only do a better job of picking it up, but enhance the services of what we're picking up. And we're going to come back with that policy and what we're going to be picking up at a later time. That, along with the cost, is what has created this. So, any other questions? Sure.
Jared, y'all did a long time keep the county taxpayer. Don't we have to pay a trash pickup fee now?
If you're a county sanitation customer, you currently pay a fee.
Okay. Well, what happened to you want another fee on top of that fee? Is that correct?
No, we're increasing the fee.
To what?
We're
What,
increasing it
what,
by
what
five-
increase are
We're
that? Let's put it
increasing-
out.
We're increasing it by $5, is what's on the agenda.
Okay, you're gonna pay $20 for sanitation and then additional pickup fee for trash, correct?
Depends on the trash. We're gonna come back with the policy change at a later time between now and November.
Well, this is,
1st.
it's a simple
Don't
yes or no
interrupt me. Don't
question.
interrupt me. I'm talking. Just wait till I get through. We're gonna come back with a policy change between now and November 1st and stipulate the enhanced services along with, what the procedures and whatnot will be.
So the answer is yes. You're gonna increase the pickup fee also.
It depends on what you're picking up.
Trash.
It depends on what the trash is.
In other words, you can't answer that question.
That's right. We'll come back with the policies about what you will pay for and what you won't pay for.
November 1st, is that correct? Is that what
That's
you said?
when this will go into effect.
So you're gonna discuss this between now and then?
Yeah, we're gonna bring some policies forward to adopt.
Is the center just only the garbage pickup? Is it losing money?
Our costs have gone up significantly.
That's not what I asked. I asked is the garbage collection only
It cannot
losing
lose-
money?
It cannot lose money because it's an enterprise fund.
Okay. And so it's stable.
It is not losing money.
And so every time you add a customer, he's talking about 2,700 citizens, they got to pay a fee.
That's
Correct.
Unless they're exempt.
Well, if it's not losing money, why do we need an increase?
Because our costs are going up and we're going to add enhanced services. Not going up, have gone up. You just heard him say a garbage truck costs us $250,000 more now. More. That's not how much the truck costs. That's how much more it costs.
Yeah.
Than it did
And
5 years ago.
probably a lot of citizens don't know that y'all use no tax fuel on gasoline and diesel, which is off-road diesel, correct, Parker?
You can answer the question.
We're not taxed on fuel or gas, no.
Okay, and you're using off-road diesel,
It's not
correct?
off-road diesel, we're just not charged tax.
You don't use any off-road diesel, not even your equipment,
It's-
heavy
No, no,
equipment?
no, we're just talking about sanitation here, don't get off on some other stuff.
Okay. Well, I vote, we the people vote, we've discussed it, but we said that y'all would increase since, Chairman, Hagan there is getting 18% raise and incoming, and the incoming, Commissioner Ford, he's getting 18% raise too.
All right, well, you're off subject now, so.
Oh, I know it, but it's not Houston County, it's in Washington, correct? It's Houston County. Correct.
This is Houston County sanitation. not-
Okay, well, so I tell you what, you're a dictator and we are glad to see you go.
You're out of order. Sit down.
Yeah, I think, hey, I let
Sit
it,
down.
I let it
Sit
stay out of
down.
order.
Sit down. You wanna have him sit down or we're gonna throw him out?
Yeah, okay, Dick, oh, you go, Lauren?
Any objections to adding this to the agenda? Yes, you may.
I would like to say, Mark, I appreciate the road and bridge, Tyler, what y'all do, sanitation, what you do. And I should know and encourage you, keep doing what you're doing. Don't let the naysayers discourage you. They're not gonna discourage me. Keep doing what we're doing. Our county is progressing and it continues to progress. And I thank you for what you do.
Amen. All right, item number 6 is a request to approve the 2022-2023 budget. Peter will have a presentation on that on Monday. I will just say, it is a healthy budget, a lot of work has gone into it. We really thank all the department heads for working with us. As y'all know, we implemented a cost of living earlier, and that kind of made it where we couldn't approve a whole lot of new things, but this budget will have a over $9 million fund balance. It's got things in it we need and need to move forward with. We were able to move some things around because of ARPA funds. ARPA funds are not in this budget, totally separate. But it's a good budget, and I do appreciate all the department heads that are here, and if you're representing department head, please let everybody know how much we appreciate them working with us on the budget. We'll go over all of that on Monday. And, talk about some of the things that are in there. So, any objections to adding the budget to the agenda? Item number 7 is request to approve the budget amendment and temporary employment of clerk for board of registrar not to exceed $3,500. He is not here, but this is to handle between now and the November election. As I just mentioned at the beginning, we have a brand new registrar, and there's a learning curve involved. And as important as this election is to make sure it's done right, the head registrar just felt like we needed some assistance down there. So we put a cap on it. The request is to approve that. Any objections to adding that to the agenda? All right, item number 8, request to reject the sole bid received and negotiate through the receipt of informal bids for administrative building window project. As you know, Sean over there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sean will be happy to talk about this, I'm sure. As you all know, we have been asked to address the windows in this building for 3 or 4 years. Kept pushing it down the pike, trying to make it work, and it's just got to be done. We were fortunate to get ARPA funds, and we have committed some amount of ARPA funds, $4.5 million of ARPA funds to this project, and thank goodness those funds have come along. The bids came in significantly more than that. As every bid we're taking right now on anything is coming in way over what the estimates are. But we only had one bidder, And the law allows, when you only have one bidder, to reject the bids and to, in essence, negotiate, the project with that bidder.
It's always,
Right.
it's always slower than the bidded amount.
Yeah, as long as the negotiated amount is lower than the bid amount, which it wouldn't make any sense to negotiate it higher. But yes, as long as it's lower, so that is what we intend to do. This is the wording that council said we needed to have on the agenda, was to reject the sole bid and negotiate, and we'll come back to you, I guess, with whatever we work out with the bidder to move forward with this project using the ARPA funds and whatever other funds are necessary to meet the requirement. Any questions?
Yes, Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
thank you. With the price of materials going up as they do, how long will we negotiate this in order to get this better price? To get the materials before they continue to rise?
Sean is standing up as if he wants to make a comment, so I would defer to him.
Not 100% sure on this.
Speak in the mic, please.
He's there.
I'm not 100% sure on this, but oh boy.
Okay.
I think we have to do it within the 15 days still. So we have about 15 days to get this thing resolved. Unfortunately, the contractor's on vacation. But we talked before, so as soon as he gets back, we're gonna do a little more negotiating. See where we get it.
Thank you, Roger. Thank you.
Other? No? You have a question regarding this
Question?
from the commission? Okay. All right, yes, sir.
There you go.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, who wrote the specs for this bid?
I'm sure our building manager there.
This is by a legitimate engineering firm that wrote the specs on this job.
I don't know if you had Sean wrote the specs.
So we had an individual employee of the county that
Yeah.
has is an engineer that came up with a specification for this $4 million plus bid or whatever it is.
Questioning Sean's ability to do this
I'm
project.
asking you a question, sir.
Sean wrote the specs.
Sir?
Our building maintenance supervisor wrote the specs, or had the specs done.
Yes. Is he an engineer by any chance of?
No, sir, but we have
Structural.
total confidence in his ability to do it.
Okay. My next question, is, why, I think I heard him say we have 15 days to renegotiate or to get other offers. Is that correct?
Not other offers to negotiate that.
So we're not taking any more offers.
Law doesn't allow us to do that.
Okay. Can you answer a question for me, a little more specific? And I recall back when this was first brought up and we had a lot of questions about $4 million for windows in this building. Okay. I'm not a structural engineer. I don't profess to be one, but I have a little bit of common sense and I've been around construction all my life at 75 years of age. I can ask 100 people across this county or anywhere in the United States how it can cost us $4 million to have these windows. And it all has to do with energy, correct? It's not like we need the windows to have sunlight come in, right? Because I didn't even know half these windows even existed in this building. I've been here 27 years. So it boils down to energy efficiency, I'm hoping. That's why we're hoping to get this back. Is that right or not? Mr. Should be shaking your head no.
No, the windows are leaking and causing issues in the building.
All these buildings or most of these building windows are leaking. Pretty bad.
Yeah, and I am totally with you. It blows my mind that the windows in this building to replace are costing $4.5, actually $6.5 million to replace. And the cost is in the glass. The glass is unbelievably, expensive in the bid. Not only the bid from this provider, but other providers that were originally thinking about bidding. It's just beyond, I mean, I've been saying this from the time we started talking about this. I can't believe it cost this much to replace the windows in this building. But it does.
Can I make a suggestion and or a proposal, something for y'all to consider looking at? Real common sense, okay?
Sure.
And, the gentleman over here responsible for our buildings and all, hopefully he understands that. Why can we not, we don't need those windows with those shades pulled, we don't even know they're there. Why can't we put a 4-inch piece of styrofoam in each of those windows and seal it where it won't leak? And guess what? It'll probably increase the R factor tremendously in this building. And probably, I'm guessing probably that could be done probably for maybe $150,000.
Well, you couldn't do it for that, but we are looking at, possibly doing away with some of the windows. So that's a good idea.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
It's me again, Margaret. So these windows cannot be sealed?
But we have sealed, unsealed, recalled, done everything we can to these windows over the years,
In-house.
in-house and hired out.
And so the hired out professionals cannot seal these windows?
No. If they could, we wouldn't be spending $5 million on them. Or 5.5, or whatever it's gonna be.
Were these professionals locally or?
Whoever our employees got to do.
Well,
Anything else?
I'm amazed they can't be sealed. I mean,
Thank you. Anybody else? All right, any objection to adding that to the agenda?
No objection.
Thank you. Item number 9, request to award bid for full body X-ray scanner for jail. This is in the budget and is under budgeted amount. Objection to adding that to the agenda? Agenda. All right, item number 10, request to award bid for bituminous surface treatment for lowest bidder meeting specs. Questions, comments, any objections to adding to the agenda? Number 11, request to award bid for hot plant mix to lowest bidder meeting specs. Questions or comments? Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Carefully on that, 3 bids that we have, Mid-South, Wiregrass Construction, and Lewis Incorporated. We've used Lewis Incorporated before.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Well, it looks, a good bit of savings. Wiregrass, Mid-South is a little over $5,000, and then Wiregrass Construction is a little over right at $3,000 savings. So that's nearly $9,000 of savings that we can get from Lewis. And they're, from what I've seen and some of the work they've done, it's very good.
Well, they're putting the asphalt plant in, so hopefully, maybe next time we bid it, maybe come down more, so.
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping anyway.
Right. Thank you, sir. Yes, any other comments or questions? Any objections to adding that to the agenda? Item number 12, request to sell the following items on GovDeals: miscellaneous office furniture and miscellaneous computer equipment from the Revenue Department, and empty chemical storage tanks from Road and Bridge. Objection to adding that to the, anything else to be considered for the agenda from the commission? Or comment? There's nothing else.
How about number
I had a
15?
request, sir.
Or we don't have any
Submitted.
privileges.
Did y'all skip number
Congressional.
10? Did you skip number 10 or was I, oh? Was I, please?
No, we went past number 10.
Pass number 10.
Adjourned. Thank y'all.
Pass number 10.